Shalom and welcome to another edition of our Daily Bread on Messianic Torah. This week's parashat is the 12th parashat of the book of Bereshit, also called Genesis, and it's called Vayechi, which means "and he lived." And this series is called Living the Parashat, and we basically take segments from the parashat and we talk about how you can live those and apply those and what you can learn from those. So it's a great little boost, and it enables you to have a real connection with the parashat and be thinking about it through the week. So this one is called Correcting Your Father. And we see in this week's parashat that Yosef comes and brings his sons to Yaakov or Yisrael, his father, and he's going to do a blessing. And we get the little switcheroo with the hands, where you have the firstborn, which normally is going to go to the right hand, and the secondborn, Ephraim, is going to go on the left. And what happens, he switches his hands. And his father blesses them in reverse order. And Yosef goes to correct his father, but Yisrael tells him that Ephraim will be greater than Manasseh. And what we can see here is this concept about the relationship between Yosef and Yaakov, the relationship between his son and his father. And he was going to correct his father, but even though he is an adult, Yosef is, the fact is he still doesn't know everything that his father knows. And I see this all the time, that kind of a lot of people, they grow up and then once they become an adult, they figure, well, you were my parent when I was young and didn't know anything, but now I don't need you. And now I know better than you. And now I have my opinions, and I'm going to tell you that, you're wrong. And they kind of correct their father, even if they don't say it. In their own mind, they think themselves superior to their father. And we can see that in the Torah, this is definitely a bad thing. And even the Torah, even in the New Testament, it talks about that it's good to be as your master, right? But not greater than your master, right? It's good that you be like them, because when you start to think that you're better than your parents, then you have no idea. You start to become blind. A child doesn't know what they don't know, and so when we start to be overconfident and overzealous about ourselves, and we think, I've seen it many times. Oh, I'm not going to be like my parent or my dad. I'm not going to do that. When I have kids, I'm going to do it totally different. Well, you better humble yourself first and see, do you even understand why? Or, kids don't understand when you punish them, why they're being punished. They'd prefer if it was just lollipops and candy all day and anything goes, and play as many games as you want and don't learn any responsibility. That to them would be like, hey, that's a kid's perspective of, well, that's what I want, and that's what I'm going to let my kids do. But hopefully they get wiser as they grow older and they learn. And you usually do once you have kids. You start to be able to reflect back to what you did and realize what a pain in the butt you were probably to your parents, and how you thought you knew everything, and all the worry and the heartache and the pain that you caused your parents from all your bad choices. And you learn that when you have kids, and they're going to do that to you. And when they break your stuff that's nice and make bad choices, you're going to realize, man, how many things did I break in my parents, that they couldn't replace because I was just being stupid. And so it's an important lesson that we think about that, and we realize even in our scriptural walk, we think we know a lot. But compared to God and compared to Mashiach, who know infinitely more than us, there's things we haven't even addressed yet. There's things, as he says to Nicodemus, if you don't understand the earthly things, how can I show you the heavenly things? There's whole other layers of things that we don't understand because we haven't even done our due diligence with the things we've been given so far. So this is really about a spirit of humility and understanding. Don't be so rigid in thinking you know, because you don't. Because you're relative on this time, and you're going to grow and get older. And you're going to look back at your younger self and realize how foolish and how wrong you were in many different areas, because hopefully you're refining yourself and becoming better. So if that's true, then know today there's no need for your overconfidence, because future you will be disappointed in correcting you on what you think you know today. So humble yourself. Till next time, I'm going to say Shalom.